An amazing win you just had over Curse. So let's start. I don't even know where to start, man. So many things happened that game. What was going through your mind as you're playing this and you're getting split push forever?
It was really nerve-wracking playing in front of a crowd, first of all, and like the split push from Shen was just like ridiculous because no one could really 1v1 him, so it pretty much had to be someone just preventing the wave from getting to our towers. So it was really, really hard playing against that.
So Vileroze, you're the shot caller of Velocity, and it really seems like you rose to the challenge here to deal with the split push. What goes through your mind? Like, how do you call like when you back to defend, when you push, when you take engagements?
Well, it's really hard decisions, especially playing against Curse, because they were doing so many things at once. But you really have to like analyze the situation that you're in and just go for, you know, the best route. So that's pretty much what I did.
So I want to talk to you then about your champion selection. You've been running to Kayle a heck of a lot this split. What brings you to Kayle so much?
Kayle is just my comfort champion. She could really do well in a 1v1. She's really good in 2v1. So she's just an all-around good champion with burst and sustained damage. And she could also, you know, save an AD carry if they dive her, or she has a really big heal too. So she's just all around a really solid champion.
And you guys had a really interesting team composition as well. You had no real tank, just like guys who run in, press R, AoE the whole team. Where'd that team come from?
Well, Chris really likes playing Kennen, and Eve is one of NK's best champions. And you don't really need a tank when you play Kayle because you have the ultimate, which stops like all the damage and everything. So you don't really need a tank. You just, you know, go in, use all your damage, and they'll pretty much blow everything on the first person who initiates. And that's what happened. Chris usually went in, and I ulted him, and they tried going for him, but they did like 0 damage. And then that's how that works out. You don't need a tank with that comp, really.
So then once you guys started realizing your team fights were working, you're actually getting the kills, getting into the back line, screwing with Cop and everything else. When did you start to realize, you know, Shen's a jerk and that's kind of annoying, but when did you start to realize that we can actually win this game and push this out and take it down?
Well, as soon as we killed, I forgot who we killed, but we killed someone, and then we got Baron off that, and then we won a fight after that. I noticed that, you know, we're going to win this game now because we have a lot more damage than them, and all they have is the split push from Shen. And they don't have too much damage even from Vayne because we could shut her down really easily. So at that Baron, when we got Baron, that's the turning point of the game pretty much.
So then what goes through your mind at that point where you're like, okay, we're going to win this game? How do you like keep yourself from throwing? We've seen teams go from huge leads to like just screwing up and throwing a game away. How do you keep yourself focused and making the right choices?
It's just not getting down on anyone whenever they make mistakes and trying to stay positive throughout the entire game. You know, whenever someone makes a good play, you'll always like reinforce that, and then that'll make them play better. So through the entire game, we were just being really, really positive, and I think that's what made us win the game.
Okay, so then let's look forward to the rest of the games you have this weekend. You've got 2 more matches coming up. How are those going to go for you guys?
We feel confident going against Coast and Dignitas. You know, we did really well against Dignitas. We did really good against Coast. So we feel really confident with all the practice that we've put in now.
All right, so then coming into the rest of the split, we've heard every team say, you know, maybe we're having some difficulties early on, but we're going to pull it back in time for the playoffs. You guys are now tied for 7th right now with Curse. How are you going to get yourselves into those playoff spots and into the victories?
Just practicing. We have a house now, so it's a lot easier to practice. We've had a really rough start with like housing and like getting everyone together and stuff. So now that we're together and we have, you know, a house to practice in like every day, it's good. We're going to get a lot better, and we're going to be really solid, I think.
So then I have another question for you then about playing here at MLG, because this is the first time, so Velocity played at MLG Dallas, and they did pretty well there, but you haven't played at a major LAN in front of a crowd before. How's that?
It's really nerve-wracking just like seeing everyone here, but like at the same time, like everyone's really, really friendly, and it's kind of cool like signing autographs and stuff. So like whenever we made like a good play, you could still hear the crowd like cheering and stuff, so like it motivates you to play better too, so it's really cool.
Vileroze, thank you very, very much. Congratulations on your victory. Hope to see you go the 3-0 in the week you're looking for. And that's going to do it for us with the interview. Thank you again very much, but let's send it back up to the desk.
Thank you very much, Phreak. The tons of interview have been absolutely amazing and insightful. And I've come to a conclusion during the interview that if you can, 1, call strats for your team, 2 as well, take care of a family, and 3, play so well on Kayle, a split-pushing Shen is not the worst of your problems.
It's the least of Vileroze's problems. That guy, you know, Velocity, biggest underdogs possible coming into this LCS season. They've already picked up 2 wins, and they do seem to be on an upwards trajectory. Plus, I like the calls they make. Those are fun games.
Absolutely fun games. Guys, a lot of action going on this weekend, a lot of products to